Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Quartet Lesson 7 Part 2 Practice Time Livestream.
こんばんは。
Konbanwa. We have a new setup today. I hope you think it looks better. I think it looks better. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull up this laser pointer and see what we're doing today. Today we are going to be practicing the grammar points bakari, tebakari, Todojini, koto ni, Nounにおける, and masani. These are the colors we always have for every single live stream. We have light blue for the grammar points, and the other colors mark words that haven't shown up yet in any of the books, and we mark them by their JLPT, so it's easy to figure out where they're from. If you have a question that you want us to answer specifically, not just someone in the chat, make sure you put question in caps before your question so we don't miss it. And for any of the answers to the practice time questions, put Q time before your answer so we know to read it out live on stream and correct your answer. The first section we're covering tonight is nothing but and continuing to with bakari. But before we get that, let's go ahead and say hello to everyone. Thank you so much, Red Splits Live, for becoming a member, a ToKini Senpuki. This live stream is officially sponsored by Red Splits Live and all of the other members of the YouTube channel. You can become a member by clicking join just below the video, and you get access to exclusive stickers, just like these ones right here. We're going to add more one of these days soon. Stickers like that. And if you become a Super Senpuki, you also get early access to the stream cuts. It's also sponsored by all the members of TokiniAndy.com, which there's going to be some changes coming to soon, but that's for another video coming within a week or two. So anyway, thank you for being here, guys. It's good to see you. Let's see who we got. We've got Red Splits Live was the first one here.
Hi.
How's it going? Yuki was next, and then we had Loopy. Loopy is Sunday favorites. Konbanwa minasan, says Loopy. Oh, the Sunday favorites message is gone. Moin moin. I don't know what that means, but anyway, moin moin from Hamburg. Gotcha. Okay.
何もい
Must be
もい
German.
って。
And Vishino says, Ohayo.
おはようございます。みんなあり
Ohayo.
がとう。レッドスプリッツありがとうございます。
Appreciate that very much, yes. So, it looks like we don't have too many people here tonight. Much less than usual. I wonder if everyone's busy? I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump over to the first question time and see what's going on. So bakari it means nothing but or continuing to if a new verb. Whoa. Red Splits Live. Arigatou gozaimasu. Before we jump into this Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone and their families here and in Discord. Stay safe. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Yuki also, of course, has to read out every single message live, donation live on stream. So go ahead.
Hi. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone and their families here and in Discord. Stay safe.
Thank you
ありがとうございます。
very much, Red Splits Live. I appreciate that.
もうドキドキするね、
Hello,
マイ
this
ク。
Limpy.
ありがとう。
All right, so the first question we're covering today is bakari, which means continuing to, if it's the dictionary form before it, continuing to do something. If it's the te form, or if it's a noun and possibly a particle before bakari, it means nothing but this thing. For example, we'll go with a regular te bakari. So, お腹が空いて。
はい。今日は運動していないのにお腹が空いて食べてばかりだ。
So even though I didn't exercise today, I'm hungry and do nothing but eat. Do nothing but eat. That's the tabete bakari. Do nothing but eat. So that's one of the examples of what this grammar point is. And the first question time for tonight is 小さい頃に. So, actually, Yuki reads the questions, of course. So the first question is
小さい頃に〇〇ばかりしていたことは何ですか?
So basically, what is something you did nothing but of when you were a kid? Something you were very, zoned in on a lot. So, for example, we have
小さい頃はセーラームーンごっこばかりしていた。
So when I was young or when I was small, I did nothing but play pretend Sailor Moon. Pretend Sailor Moon. Gokko is like to play pretend of something. The next one is
小学生の頃は字の練習ばかりしていた。
So when I was in elementary school, I did nothing but study Japanese characters, right? Ji no renshu, Japanese characters. So what is something that you did nothing but of when you were a kid? And we'll go ahead and type in the question for you in chat and pin it up. So, well, actually, it's going to be up for a while. We'll do that during the lessons. We don't have to do that tonight because it's up on screen the whole time. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So anyway, it's been nice out recently, huh?
ナイスナイスでしたか？
ナイスではないね。
みんなに言ったんでしょ、もう。
みんなに言ってないよ。
お風邪をひいた
そうだよね。そうだよね。Recently, I've been very sick. I got a pretty bad cold from Friday morning, and I've been sort of laid out for a while. So anyway, but it's also been snowing a lot. So we got about this much snow in the past day. So that's been fun as well. But at least I was sick, so I didn't have to go out at all, I guess.
まあ私は元気です。
よかったです。
なぜかね。みんなはクリスマスの準備何してるんだろ
う。なんだろうね。そのせいかな。みんな。なんだろうね。誰もいない。
いやいや、いるよ。
ほら。
いる。
一人は雪だよね。
そっか。
みたいですね。
あらら。
もしかして今日は答えられる人が
いない
系？もしかして。
じゃあ私言っとくか。
そうだね。ゆきは子供の頃。
でも私のやつだよ、あれ書いてあるの。
そうだよね。他にはない？俺は子供の頃、Okay, so mine would be 小さい頃はアメフトばかりしていた。
アメフトしてたの？
アメフトごっこかな。一人でアメフトごっこをしてた。一人でボールを投げたり、ケットしたり、蹴ったりね。When I was a kid, I did nothing but pretend to play football, American football, because I didn't have anyone to play with. I was a very lonely child.
ワイルドだね。
ね。
私ね、小さい頃は、
はい。
保育園の頃は、ドラゴンボールごっこもしてた気がするから、ドラゴンボールごっこばかりしていた。
You did nothing but play Dragon Ball. Pretend Dragon Ball. Really? I guess I can kind of imagine that. That's kind of funny.
あれもあったでしょ、仮面ライダーごっこばかりしていたでしょ。
今でもやるよ、みんな。
今でもやる。
Alright, Lumpy has 今の子供たちね。はい。Lumpy has our first cue time. ありがとう、Lumpy。
ありがとうございます。小さい頃はかっこいい子供ばかりしていた。かっこつけてばかりってこと？どういうことなんだろう。
Are you trying to say that you were a super cool kid, or you tried to be a super cool kid, or なんだろ
う。かっこいい子供のふりばかりしていたってこと？
Maybe. It depends on what their goal is.
そうだね。それはちょっとルンピのお答えを。
I presented to be okay. ふりでいいよね。
そうだね。
しようとしたばっかりって感じだよね。
そう、しよう。
かっこよく見えるようにしてたってことですよね。
そう、しようとしてばかりいたね。
だよね。はい。
するばっかりになっちゃうけど、そう。
はい。そう、小さい頃、that part's fine。かっこいい、
子供の
何言ったっけ？
しようとしていたんだから。
しよう。
フリーはまだやってないよね。
We could say フリーthough. We can teach it. That's fine. It's fine.
じゃあ、子供のふりをしていたんですよ。
子供のふり？
かっこいい子供の。
かっこいいの子供の。
かっこいいだよ、それじゃ。かっこ
いい子供のふりを
ばかりしていた。
はい。So the word here that is new probably for you is furi, which means to pretend or to basically behave in a certain way. So what you're going to, or to pretend to. So to pretend to be something or to behave in a certain way. So かっこいい子供のふり means that you were pretending to be a cool kid or you were, trying to appear to be a cool kid. ばかりしてた. So that you did nothing but that. So I'm pretty sure that's actually exactly what you're looking for right there. So かっこいい子供のふり. So make it a noun. ふりばかりしてた. Alright, nice. I'm not sure if anyone... なんかある？
to pretend がふりをするっていう動詞だよって言った方がいい？ to pretend はふりをするっていう動詞だよって。
はいはい。あるんだ。to pretend is ふりをするだって。をふりする？
ふりをする。
する。Well, you can make it a verb. A する verb by adding するって。Yeah. Can you come a little bit more over here? There we go. Just a little bit. You don't have to come that much. Now you're back to where you started. Okay.
はい。
Right about there.
はい。すいません、私の。
はい、OK、ありがとう。
なんだっけ、こういうの。テクニカルディフィカルティ。
It's fine. It's just positioning. Alright. これ、was editing showed up late. No worries, come to Japan, Dan. Thanks for being here. これから日本語が上手になる
Q タイムだよ。
ばかり。OK. I didn't know it was Q time.
はい。ありがとうございます。
はい、お願いします。俺が読んじゃったらユキも読めるからね。
これから日本語が上手になるばかりだ。おー、素晴らしい。
いいんじゃない？はい。
完璧だよ。
はい、perfect。
ありがとうございます。
Sim Raising RX。Nice。
いいね。てか、これをね、作れてるってことはね、もうかなり上手ってことだから。
そう、このレベルまで聞いていればね、もううまいってことですね。
もうね、私もね、このレベル苦しんでばかりだから、ほんと。
All right, let's go ahead and jump onto the next question time, the new practice question, because I think pretty much everyone who's going to answer tonight has already answered. And if anyone else has not answered yet, or you're still working on a question, please go ahead and pop it in there and we will still answer it happily. So this one is...
はい。苦手で失敗してばかりいることは何ですか？
So what is something that you're bad at and you fail at constantly? You do nothing but fail at, basically. So an example is?
はい。セーターを洗濯するのが苦手で、セーターが縮んでばかりです。
So I'm bad at washing sweaters, and the sweaters do nothing but get smaller. Get smaller, right? Then we have?
はい。アイロンをかけるのが苦手で、やけどしてばかりです。
So I'm bad at ironing. So I do nothing but burn myself. So what's something you're bad at? So you can say something, just the verb, 苦手で. So you can basically copy that part. のが苦手で, that's the part you're going to copy. And then what happens because you're bad at it? something, 手ばかり. So for example, for me, I think that, 何が苦手だろう。
料理
が苦手？苦手っていうよりもしたくない。
そうだよね。
料理ね。
うん。
それが苦手に入るかな。まあ作れるものが少ないのはある。
ビ
ーツが苦手で、食べると吐くばかりちょっと違うね。入ってばかりです。
あ、そうですね。
そうだね。So mine is ビーツって何でした？
ビーツはビーツなんだけど。
本当？
そう、ビー
ツ？
うん、ビーツだと思うよ。
本当？
うん、ビーツだよ。
ビーツが苦手で、So you could also use a noun here. ビーツが苦手で、食べると吐いて、あれ？
吐いて。はい。
吐いてばかりだ。That's mine. 白子。確かに。That one would also work. 白子が苦手で食べると
吐いてばかりだ。
そう。ビーツが苦手で食べると吐いてばかりだ。That could work too. So you can...
ビーツだよ。それまたビーツ。
not ビーツ。
ビーツ2回も。
Whatever. I could just say beats a bunch of times. Oh, I didn't delete it.
あれ
Whatever. We have
白子だよ。
白子。はい、ありがとう。すみません、遅くなりました。大丈夫ですよ、ダシエル。聞いてくれてありがとうございます。
本当だよ。
はい。
クリスマスツリーの飾りは終わったかい？みんな飾ってる？
She asked if you guys have finished putting your Christmas trees. Not everyone puts up a Christmas tree, so.
そっか。
ね。
そうだね。
確実ではない、それ。
そうだね。
宗教やいろいろによるかな。
確かにね。本当は飾る予定なかったもんね。だって私たち。
So we didn't plan on getting a Christmas tree this year. We haven't actually ever had one. But my coworker actually gave us one for
ね
Christmas.
す
That was
ご
very
いよ。
kind of her.
ありがとうございます。
So yeah, so you can use something like this, like a verb, something you're bad at doing, and then what happens because of that. Or you can do something like my sentence, which is a noun, maybe like a food you're you're not good at eating, or that you don't very much dislike. So mine was beets ga nigate de. So I'm bad at beets, basically. And when I eat them, I do nothing but throw up. Haite bakari da. So something like that can be your answer as well.
うんうん、
はい。ゆきは食べ物、なんか苦手な食べ物特にある？
ドリアン。
ドリアン？ああ、そうだよね。
もうごめんね。もしドリアンが好きな人がいらっしゃったら。
ああ、そっか、ダシエル。なるほどね。引っ越しの箱に入っているんだって。
そうか、引っ越してるんだ、今。引っ越し中なんだ。
うん。
そうなんだ、大変だね。
まあ今、引っ越し中かわかんないけど、引っ越しの箱に入っている。これから引っ越すなのか、引っ越してきたばかりなのかわからないですね。Bears beat Battlestar Galactica office reference. I haven't seen enough of The Office to catch that one. I've seen quite a few episodes, but definitely not enough. I would like to watch them all sometimes, although they can be pretty uncomfortable.
何？ Bears Battlestar
だから言ってるんだよ、ここに。Office reference。Office に出てる何か。だからわかんないんだよ。はい、Q タイム、はい、お願いします。
レンピありがとうございます。静かに座るのが苦手で、学校の成績が悪い。悲しい。
Oh no! 大変だね。So, but perfect sentence. Perfect
まあ
sentence.
確かにね。
Your sentence is perfect. あ、except there's no ばかり。
あ、本当だ、ばかりなかった。
So what you'd want to do to have bakari. So the sentence is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But if you wanted to add bakari to it, you could end it like this. 悪くなってばかり。
あ、そうだね。まあこの文章は悪くなるばかりだと思う。
ああ、はいはい。continually gets bad、
うん、
ばかり。
あんまりにもナチュラルすぎてね、ちょっと気がつきませんでした。はい、いいよ、だしよ。
Well, the sentence is perfectly fine. It just didn't have ばかり。So yeah, you could say 悪くなるばかり。So they continually get bad. Which is perfectly fine. Alright.
そうだね。
Good answers.
なんかこの手ばかりの時って、なるの時は使わないね、きっと。手にならないね。なってばかりとはあまり言わない。まあ言うか。どっちでもいいのかな。
使うよ。
悪くなってばかりでもいいんだね。
悪くなってばかり is also okay. That's probably what I would have said. 悪くなってばかり personally. But either one is fine, I think.
そうだね。
All right, nice job. I think that's pretty much everyone who's going to be answering this evening. So let's go ahead and move on to our next section, which is at the same time with Todojini. Todojini. There's lots of different ways you can use this one, of course. We've already covered that in the last lesson, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you take the short form, any short conjugation of a verb, Todojini. So at the same time, e-adjective. For e-adjectives and adjectives, it's going to be like feelings or personality traits, right? So while someone is this sort of person, they're also this sort of person at the same time, right? And with verbs and nouns, I believe, it's going to be events or, things that happened at the same moment. Two things that happened at the same moment together, right? It's not while doing this or I did this, so this. It's these two things happened at the exact same moment, or someone has these different types of personality traits. For example, we have
雷が鳴ったと同時に停電しました。
So the thunder roared, and at the same moment, the power went out. So those two things happened together at the same time. So that's what the Todojini is. And if we have, and this is a personality trait one right here. So we have.
お母さんは親切であると同時にもちろん厳しいところもあります。
While mother is kind, she is at the same time strict. So that's how Todojini went. So the first question time for Todojini was.
あなたの行動と同時に起きたことを教えてください。
So basically, please tell us two things that happened to you at the same time. So for example.
はい。食べ物を口に入れたと同時にくしゃみが出た。
How's it going, Bada Blakey? We're cold. It's very cold here in Nagano. Lots of snow. Very cold. And I'm sick, but I'm getting better. So otherwise, great. Okay, so that one was at the same moment that I put the food in my mouth, I sneezed. So those things happened at the same time, right?
最悪なことですね。
ある。I had that happen to me a lot yesterday. A lot yesterday. That happened to me like 4 times yesterday.
マジで?
The moment I put food in my mouth, it was like, I'm gonna sneeze! Tissue! I guess that wasn't at the same instant, but.
やばいです。はい。仕事が終わると同時に新しい仕事の依頼が来た。
So at the same moment as I was finished working, a new work order came in or something like that, right? So tell us 2 things that happened to you at the same moment. They don't have to be this dramatic, of course, but anything is fine. So 2 things that happened to you at the same moment. You can use an event like, well, these are all different conjugations of verbs, but it doesn't have to be like that. How you doing, Bada? Having a good night? Did you just get back from work? Imagine you usually have work around this
そう
time.
だ
Yeah?
よね。お疲れ様です。
お疲れ。
バラブレーキありがとう。
Thank you for everything you both do. I just signed up to the ToKini Andy website the other day and I've been loving it. Thank you so much for your hard work. Can you please send some cold weather to Australia? Liam, thank you so much for becoming a member of the website and I'm glad to hear that you're finding it useful.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. I'd love to send you or I'd love to trade you some of the cold for a little bit of your warmth. It was like -4 degrees at like 10:30 in the morning and snowing. Tilton!
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. ありがとうございます. Appreciate that.
ありがとう。これ私読むものないね。
There's nothing to read, but we appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. If you have anything you'd like Yuki to read off screen, feel free to pop a comment in after that. Appreciate
だ
it.
よ。今なら1回無料だよ。
Thank you so much. Good night, yeah.
あ
Good to hear it,
え
Blakey.
今日はもう終わったの仕事が。
そうだと思うよね。
お
あ、here we go.
はい、ありがとうござい
あ、そう、
ます。
すごい。
おなんかレアチャイルドだ。
ね、すごい。
はい、生まれると同時に笑った。
すげえ。
すごいベイビーです。
So at the same moment as I was born, I laughed or I smiled. That's an amazing baby right there.
すごい。
Keep up the excellent work. Thank you so much.
あ
We
りがとうございます。
will try our best. And Liam, there's lots coming to the website. Wanted to add, there's going to be some changes. It's still the same stuff is still going to be there, but we're going to be sort of rearranging things so that right now what we've noticed, and I'm going to talk about this more in another video, but a lot of people at the beginning of the website when it first came out still had a lot of free time because of, the virus. But now people have a lot less free time. So we've decided to cut everything up on the website. And actually, Dan is helping me with this by grammar point so that you can watch the explanation of a single grammar point, get some bonus help with the grammar points, like some extra resources, and then jump right into the practice. So all of the practice sections for just that grammar point, for the textbook practice, for the listening and shadowing stuff, for the bonus grammar sentences, all that will be cut up into separate videos so that you can just focus on that one grammar point. And then there's like challenges and other stuff, some immersion material eventually for single grammar points so that it can sort of be more bite-sized and all together. Of course, it'll be organized in textbook, the same order as in the textbook, but we're going to sort of break it down so it's a little bit more digestible. So if you're finding that hard to get through a 40-minute practice video, that may work out better for some of you guys. So that's what we're working on right now. That's going to hopefully be done in not too long. So I worked in the morning shift. That was rough, but it means that I can spend the night with you guys here. Nice. All right.
ありがとう。
Appreciate that. And I imagine it's very rough to switch between morning and night shift.
ね、辛いよね。わかる。
I've done that before. Yeah, no, it's not fun. お疲れ様でした。I'm cutting up content as I type. Appreciate that. Come to Japan, Dan. Working hard over there. Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。
Bananas in the chat for Come to Japan, Dan. He's going to help make the website
それに
even better.
それにちょっとリニューするんでしょ？ちょっとたくさんリニューするんでしょ？
So yeah, and then we're actually going to redo all of the practice videos eventually. Like over the next year, we're going to be refilming everything and probably adding new exercises, getting rid of stuff that was sort of really boring and adding a little bit more interesting or fun exercises as well. And yeah, slowly replacing everything and updating all the explanations as well so that they're better.
ね。今やってるのね。はい、難しいんだよ、本当私には。
Yes. All right. So we had two good answers there. So let's go ahead and jump onto the next one, which is it's much longer, but it's actually not too complicated. So here we go. Let's see.
あなたの周りの人の性格を〇〇はアジェクティブと同時にアジェクティブ人ですという文章で説明してください。
So that sounds long, but it's really not. All it is please explain two different and sort of contrasting personality traits of someone you know. So basically using two adjectives, you're going to say that person's name, wa, or maybe your animal or whatever, doesn't matter, wa. An adjective, Todojini, adjective, this. So basically, they're this and they're this. So an example is...
音楽の先生は歌や楽器が上手であると同時に楽しい人でした。
So while the music teacher was really good at singing and at instruments, they're at the same time a very fun person. So they don't need to be contrasting personality traits. They can just be complementing ones as well, like this one. So this one is also...
勉強ができるクラスメイトは静かであると同時に不思議な人です。
So we haven't put the person's name here, although you could just put a name here. That would be perfectly fine. But this is my classmate who's good at studying. So 勉強ができるクラスメイトは a classmate who's good at studying, or person who can do studying. They're quiet, 静かであると同時に and they're a little strange. 不思議な人です。A little, yeah, strange, I guess. 不思議 can be strange. It can also be a little, mysterious can also be another word, which is a little less negative sounding.
でもね、そう、strange の方だと思う。
Strange is generally what you're going to think of when you hear this. So yeah, definitely go with that. Wow, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much. I look forward to it. I'm still working away at Quartet 1, so I'll go now. Thanks so much and have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you very much. And good luck on your continued studies.
ありがとうございます。
Welcome back, Dashiel. This is very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome, Nicole. I'm glad to hear it's helpful.
あ
Very
りが
glad.
とうございます。
We're in pretty advanced stuff here, so not so many people can get used of it right now, but hopefully lots of people who are going through the content will eventually be able to get to this and find it helpful. All right. Oof. It's cold, man. It's almost gone, but when I talk for a long time, it starts to build up in my chest a bit.
ティーある？
ちょっとある。
あれ、アニメのキャラクターとかでもさ。
Oh yeah, you can describe a person you know or anime characters, whatever, it doesn't matter. Your pets. Lumpy has an answer. We have.
はい。
ありがと
メラニンさんは頭がいいと同時に美人です。
う。Oh,
素晴ら
nice.
しい。
There you go.
いいです
So
ね。
Maranin, a person named Meranin, they are smart and at the same time beautiful.
うん。
Perfect. It's a perfect sentence. That's it. All right. いいよ。
はい。ベジータさんは
はい。
強いと同時に負けず嫌いです。
Vegeta is very strong, but at the same time a sore loser.
うん。
Nice. I wish I did that years later. I see. Nicole is saying, I picked Japanese class for next year in high school. All right.
おー。
Good luck. So you're just starting out. So we do have lots of stuff on here that's good for you just starting out. This is definitely not just starting out stuff, but or maybe you're already up to here. I have no idea. But there is lots of content on the channel for just starting out. And in the coming year, there's going to be a lot more, even better stuff for people who are just starting out. So that is, we've sort of neglected the beginners on the channel the past year. So we're gonna come back to you guys soon.
そうだよ。
はい
ごめんね、みんなお待たせしちゃって。
ダシエル。
はい。私の友人は学校ではとても頭がいいと同時に学校の外ではとてもバカな行動をとります。いるよね、そういう人。
います。俺はそういう人だったと思う。いやでも学校の中も結構バカな行動を取りましたね。
それ同時に外でもなんかでも同時だから
そうね、両方したかな。But anyway, Dashiel, perfect sentence. So his friend is in school, really smart, but at the same time, when out of school, does a lot of stupid stuff. All right. Sim Racing RX.
はい。奥さんは厳しいと同時に優しい。
Perfect. So while my wife is strict, she's also at the same time very kind. All right. Perfect sentences, guys. Nice. All right. Well, if any of you are still working on your sentence, that's perfectly fine. Please throw it out and we'll be happy to read it off and correct anything, but we are going to move right on along to emphasizing feelings towards a statement with kotoni. So to emphasize feelings about a certain statement, you start with the past tense of a verb, kotoni, an adjective on its own, kotoni, or an adjective plus na kotoni. So for example, you could have something like right here. Onegai shimasu.
はい。安心なことにこの公園の隣には交番がある。
I feel very safe. So the emphasis here is happening on anshin, which is an adjective. Anshin na koto ni. So feel very safe. The emphasis in the English is very, right? There's no very in the Japanese, but that koto ni is doing the work of the English very. So I feel very safe because there is a police box next to this park. With a verb, we could have something like, let's see, where's a good verb? We didn't really have many verbs. We only have one down here. Okay. 呆れたことに。
そうだね。呆れたことに前回の失敗をまた繰り返している。
So I'm very fed up. Very fed up is 呆れたね。呆れる is to be fed up with something, and the ことに is doing the work of very. So I'm very fed up with the fact that I'm repeating my mistake from last time. So the first question time for this section is...
はい。驚いた、珍しい、嬉しい、信じられないエトセトラことに
などはい
〇〇が起きましたという形で経験を話してください。
So you're going to use something like surprised or unusual or happy or unbelievableことに, for example, somethingがhappened. So tell us something you're either really surprised about or that you think is unusual, etc. You can use this format. So very simple. Before I answer that, Nicole, yeah, the lesson last week went over this lesson in Quartet. Today we're just doing practice from that lesson together. But yes, we are following the Quartet intermediate textbooks. I'll pop one up for you as Yuki reads the first sentence.
はい。珍しいことに竹の花が咲いた。
Right, so something that's very strange or unusual is that the bamboo flower bloomed, which can only happen like once every 7 years apparently. So we're using Quartet, currently Quartet 2. There's the book.
あ、こっちだ。
So.
はい。
And that's what we're using right now. That's what the grammar, we're following their grammar point order. We make all our own content though.
ね、これも早く終わりにしたいんだ。
ね
早く終わりに
It's
したいんだ。
getting difficult. So, はい、the next one is?
はい。信じられないことに宝くじが当たった。
So something I can't believe or that I find very unbelievable is that I won the lottery. I did not. I don't even play the lottery.
私もなんですよ。
I used to once in a while, but I haven't played in a very long time. I think we bought a couple tickets when we were driving across America.
違うよ。ニュージーランドがそう、アメリカでも買ったけど、
ちょっと買ったね。
そうそう、ニュージーランドが一番そのパーセンテージが高いんだって、ロッタリー。
勝つ確率が高かったよね。
そう。
Did
だ
we
け
win?
ど、
No, we never won. We didn't really play much either. We played like once. All right. 奇遇ですね. It's coming to Japan. I did not buy Quartet yet. I'm stuck on Genki still. Fair enough, but you're still doing good, Limpy. Excellent.
そう、まだね、大丈夫。私たちも次元気に追いつくからね。
We're going right back to the beginning of Genki, but we're not going to be focusing on Genki. Like the new videos won't be Genki videos. They'll be grammar videos that cover the same stuff that's in Genki. So we're sort of going to move away from the associating the channel with a certain textbook just for various reasons, copyright reasons, just to broaden our horizons a little bit. And yeah, for various reasons. But that's what's going to be happening soon. Because we realized, even though we love hanging out with you guys and doing the more advanced stuff, considering there's 40,000 people subscribed to this channel, we think we might be sort of forgetting some of those people. So we got to make some beginner stuff as well.
フォゲティングしてないからね。
Well, we're not
全
forgetting.
然
We just haven't been making stuff for them.
うん
All right. So, 私たちの場合、なんだろうね。
あ、
はい。
嬉しいことに、
うん。
私の家の山の中にアナグマが歩いていました。
A thing she was very happy about is that in the mountain behind her house, there was Anaguma is the
badger
a badger. There was a badger walking through the woods, which we caught on the trail cam from Come to Japan Dan. Speaking of which, we're gonna go get that trail cam out of the woods in about a week. Ooh, woo. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be fun. Just a little over a week, I guess.
ねえ、でも
この辺かな。
あそこ
Next
お留
Wednesday?
守じゃねえお留守じゃねえか。
I mean, you saw the badger come to Japan, Dan. But yeah, we're gonna get it again in about a week.
あ、
はい。
バージャーの人が。
Did someone say my name? Maybe.
バージャーの
Do
人
we still
が。
have the videos of that? I don't know if I have them on this computer or if they're on a different computer. Can't remember.
でもバージャーさんって冬眠するんですよね、確か。冬眠するの。ね、冬眠
they hibernate. Tomin is hibernate. Japan Trail Cam. So let's go to Japan Trail
あ、
Cam.
タヌキフォレストのやつじゃないです
Japan
か。
Trail Cam. Here's Tanuki Forest. This is the camera from
そうだ
that we
よ
got。from Yuki's, the mountain behind Yuki's house. So the Anaguma is.
もっと最後
Dan,
の
do you
方
know
じゃない
around where it is?
もっと最後の方じゃない。
そう
うん。マジもっと最後の方。
何回も出たよ。Those are Tanuki. And then
タヌキばっかりじゃん。
mostly Tanuki ね。And a fox. This, it was not dark enough yet. So just Tanuki ね。
うん。
Did you get the badger on
ほら
here,
ほら
Dan?
ほら。
Is this it?
これだと思う、これ。
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is.
ほ
There's
ら
the
ほらほ
badger.
ら。
So there's Tanuki and then
こ
the
れどうやってみん
badger.
なに見
There
せ
goes
る
the badger.
あ、
They
見
can
え
see
て
it.
ない。
あ、見えてないんだ。
見えてない。
はい。
惜しい見え。
あー。
あ。
Right here. Okay, here comes the badger. There it is.
これ。
There it is. That's the badger. It showed up a couple more times too, but I don't know if it's in this video or not.
かわいい。
He's pretty cute.
初めて見たし、ほんと。
It looks like there's only one in this video. Okay. We caught it a few times, but hopefully we get it one more time before it goes into hibernation. Sorry about that.
はい、ダッシュエールの Q タイムやります。
Was it the badgers that were messing with the cam? I thought it was something else. I wasn't sure.
あれいい
Sorry for all the questions, but how often do you do lessons? I'll answer your question as soon as you reads Dashio's Q time. I didn't realize he was first. Sorry.
すいません、ほんと。信じられないことに日本語を学び始めてから日本語がとても上達しました。おめでとうございます。
でも本当ですよね。
ねえ、
はい。うまくなりましたね。
でもここでじゃないでしょ。
いや、ここも
含めて
頑張ってるし、
そうだよね。
自分でも頑張ってるでしょ。
素晴らしいよね。
はい
ほんと。
あら、is it frozen, guys?
マジ
It's frozen.
あ、動いてるよ。
Okay, it's back. Sweet. It looks like we keep freezing up a little bit. But anyway, 本当に頑張ってるね。お疲れ様です。You've been doing great. そう、多分ここだけではなく、いろんなところで頑張っていると思います。ね。
偉い。
はい。So your sentence is, it's perfect. And Dashio's sentence means, I really can't believe it, but since I've started studying Japanese, my Japanese has gotten much better. Something is wrong, maybe with the internet. Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering.
でもあっちは止まってないよ。
そうだね。まあ今のところはね。All right, good sense, Dashio. So to answer your question, Nicole, if you can hear us, we do live streams every single Sunday at this time, every single Sunday. But right now, they're all this more advanced stuff, Quartet. So next week will be the lesson, so lesson 8.1. And then the following week is usually the practice stream. But the following week, this time, is January 2nd. So we're going to take a week off from streaming that week. So we won't be having the practice stream that week. It'll be the following week after that. But then every week it's lesson, practice, generally speaking. Starting from next year, hopefully at least once a week, once every week or two, I hope to release some beginner content as well. Because we definitely have to bring that stuff up. Gita, how's it going? Good to see you. It only buffered a little before, but it seems fine now. Great. All right.
Hey.
Sweet. So, if you're still working on an answer to this question, that's fine. We have another one that's basically the same idea, but let's go ahead and see what this one's like.
はい。まあちょっとこっちの方がネガティブ感があります。
This one's more negative, but same idea.
はい。困った、残念な、恐ろしい、悲しいなどことにいつの間にか〇〇ているという形で今起きていることを教えてください。
So please tell us something that's happening to you now that's a little bit more negative than the last one, something that you're having trouble with, or you're upset, you're disappointed in, or upset about, something that's scary or that you're sad about. ことに. And of course, the ことに emphasizes it. So you're very scared of or you're very in trouble about. いつの間にか, so out of nowhere, something している. You're doing something. So for example,
悲しいことにいつの間にか財布がなくなっている。
So something I'm very sad about is that out of nowhere, suddenly, something like that, I lost my wallet. And the next one is,
困ったことにいつの間にか迷子になっている。
I'm very in trouble, but out of nowhere, suddenly, I became lost. So obviously, none of this stuff is happening to you right now, but something that is troubling you recently, something like that. Good to know. Thanks, Dashiel. 暑くないかな。
暑いね。
まあ喋るのも口に直接入ってくるから超乾燥してくるんだよね。
ちょっと止めるか。
ごめんね。
悲しいことにヒーターを止めなければいけない。
止まったよ。
すぐ暖かくなる。
そうだよね。水入ってないわけ？
そう。もう終わったんじゃない？
大丈夫かな？
ヒューミディティが。
ね。Oh well.
はい。悲しいことに私のスリッパの耳が取れた。
まあ本当は俺のだけどね。まあユキが買ったけど。
そう。私が買ったね、かわいいスリッパ、いつの間にか耳がなくなりました。アンディが壊したよ。
My ear is gone!
はい、じゃあこれ下げて。
何が問題？かわいいじゃん。
かわいいけど、汚いから。
いや、見えないでしょ、それ。はい、お願いします。
はい、驚いたことにトイレが近い。どういうことなの？
はい。Something I'm very surprised about or shocked by is that the toilet is very close by.
トイレが近いってさ、すぐトイレ行きたくなるっていう意味で言いたいってことかな。トイレが近いってそういうニュアンスもある。
隣に、そう？
もうある。トイレが近いってすぐ
行きたくなりそうだ。
すぐおしっこ出たくなる人
の
トイレが近い。
So are you using the meaning of the actual toilet is nearby, or do you want to say that you have to go really bad soon and that's shocked you? Either way is fine. はい、ルンピー。
はい、ルンピー。悲しいことに今週私の車が壊れていました。
Oh no!
なんで？寒くてだった？
Did it break or did you get in an accident? That's a bummer. Your
で
sentence
も
is fine.
壊れていたんだからさ、多分
だからさ、
も
事故であればさ、間違えているわけですよね。
そうか。
だからそれが聞きたいのです。
でもどちらにしも悲しすぎるんですけれど。
そう、どっちも悲しいけど。
はい。
If your car broke for some reason, then you're fine. Perfectly fine sentence. If you got into a car accident, there's probably a different way to say that. So let us know. Either way, good sentence. So Lumpy is very sad because their car broke. And Sim Racing is very shocked because the toilet is close by, or they have to go to the bathroom really soon. We're not sure which, but either it could be read either way, depending on context. Dashiel says,
はい。悲しいことに COVID によって家族や友人に会えなくなった。
そうだよね。俺も、それも悲しいことにね。俺も、コロナによってね。We usually say コロナだよね。
そう、コロナ in Japan です。
So we say コロナ。If you're speaking Japanese, it's generally what you'd refer to it as. So 悲しいことにコロナによって家族や友人に会えなくなった。Otherwise, it's fine. Having COVID there, people would understand it perfectly fine. So it's a good sentence. So something that Dashiel is very sad about is that because of or due to Corona, they haven't been able to meet their close friends or family. Me too. The feather on the front tire did break. The feather.
どういう
I
こ
don't know
と
what that is. Like the thing, the flap? The flap?
おー
Okay, so that just broke. Okay, then your sentence is perfect. 壊れていた. If you wanted to make it a little bit
ペラペラのやつ
それかな
フェザーっていうんだ。
maybe. Oh, I'd call it a flap, tire flap.
へー
I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
それ名前あるんだね。
ありますよね。で、one thing you could do to make it even more natural, Limpy, is when something like that's bad happens to you. I don't know if you're up to that point in Genki yet, but what you use is してしまう. So 壊れてしまいました is something you could use instead because it sort of expresses the regret or resent, and it also means that it's completely happened, right? So it's a little bit of both of those, and it's a little bit more natural in situations like this where something bad has happened to you. So 壊れてしまいました. Your sentence is fine. You don't need to change it. I'm just giving you a little bonus tip there to make it sound even more natural. Is coronavirus said differently to coronavirus? No, it's exactly the same. In every language, I guess. In Japanese as well, it's corona.
そう。
Yes, someone who runs to the toilet often. Okay.
じゃあやっぱりトイレが近い人ってことか。
そうかな。
すぐトイレ行きたくなる人ってことね。
はい。わかりました。Right.
驚いた。
Good answer.
お茶少なくされたら
いやでも俺も結構トイレ行きたくなるタイプですね。
そうだよね。よくト
I
イレ行きますよね。
drink a lot of tea and water, like a massive amount, way too much probably, but so does my mother, so I don't know. It's just how I was raised maybe. Oh, sorry, I didn't know the English word. The shock absorber. Oh, the
何ショックアブゾーバーって。
what the hell do you call those? Not the spring. The oh god. Now I forgot.
ぶつかるとバンって出てくるやつ。
違う。タイヤがなんかボコボコのところに行くとなんかめっちゃガガガガガガにならないようにスムーズで通れるように
すごい。
suspension
そうだ、それ
suspension
前ショーンがね教えてくれたの自転車についてるって言って。
Yeah, it's the suspension. But I think there's a name for like each one. Each part. Like if it's just one side, I guess you would say the suspension on the left side or something.
サスペンションだと思う私
I
も。
think it is suspension. I think there's a word for the actual part though. I can't remember. Yeah, maybe suspension. Anyway, that's a bummer. That's definitely a bummer. That's never fun to get changed. But I hope you're able to get it fixed.
それ壊れちゃったらどうすんの？
直すしかない。新しく入れてもらうしかないですよね。
へー。
Alright, formal in at with noun における. I don't think it's a cylinder. I can't remember. Alright, noun における means noun での. It's the same as that での. So, noun での Noun 2. And noun ni oite sentence means it's just like de. So utilizing this noun, this thing. It's the same thing as de, right? So some examples we had for this one were
ペットボトル飲料における砂糖量は思っている以上に多い。
And also, it's much easier to just even think of the English. It's a very polite formal or written in or at. In this case, it's in. So, pet bottle indio. Pet bottle indio means bottled drinks. Ni okeru satorio. So, the amount of sugar in. The ni okeru is just a very formal in. Pet bottle drinks or bottled drinks is omotteru ijo ni oi. It's more than you think. And then, ni oite. So, at one, we have...
店内において全フロア禁煙となっております。
So in this shop, all floors are non-smoking. If you were to say this to someone, like just say this to someone, you'd probably use で。店内では or 店内で全フロア禁煙になってとなっております is what you'd probably say, but in an announcement or something, it probably would be において. But it just means in the shop. 全フロア禁煙となっております means all floors are non-smoking. So the first question time for this one is quite simple. It's
はい。あなたの国における誇らしいことは何ですか？
So what's something that you're proud of your country for? For example,
日本における誇らしいことはアニメの技術です。
ごめんね. I just want to check something. はい. So it could also not be, it could also be something not just that you're proud of, but something that you think is really wonderful in your country. So Yuki said, something I'm very proud of or that I think is wonderful in Japan is their anime, gijitsu, their skill with anime and techniques with anime. Yeah. And the next one was?
はい。アメリカにおける誇らしいことは IT です。
So something that Yuki, or I guess myself too, is very proud of or thinks is great in America is the IT. So what is something you think is great about or that you're very proud of in your country? Right? In my school, learning Japanese is mandatory. A lot of Australian schools are like this. It's cool. Really? Huh. That's pretty neat. Is there a lot of Japanese people in your region? Is that why? That's pretty cool. Got to hook me up with your board of education so that I can hook them up with my website.
すごいね。
So then I could become the teacher for all of the schools in your area. That'd be fun.
わ
I go to an Australian high school and we get given a random language for 1 year. Then we can drop it or pick it as an elective subject. I obviously picked Japanese. Nice. The random languages are Italian, Japanese, and Chinese. Interesting.
ー。
Italian just thrown in there totally randomly. It's funny. Hello, Andy. I've moved to Japan recently and I've started watching your Genki 1 series and I've been able to speak at beginner level in public. Thank you for your videos. I'm happy to hear that, Ethan.
ありがとうございます。
Welcome to Japan. And yeah, I'm glad that the videos have helped a little bit in getting your speaking up to par. Keep it up. Nice. That can be the most fun part, right? When you're out in public and you start using the little things you learn and, getting responses and having conversations. That is the best part, in my opinion, of learning a new language. Some people might disagree with that, but that's what I think. All right, nice. So something you're proud of in your country, guys. We had German, Mandarin, and Japanese. I had just French and Spanish. Those are my only options, and I chose Spanish. In university as well, it was just, I think, French or Spanish that I could choose.
ハイスクールででしょ？
Mm-hmm.
英語しかなかったよ。英語だけだったよ、日本。
Mm.
選べないよ。あとね、漢文と古
でも
文は選べる。
学校によるよ。ある学校はスペイン語とかあるんじゃないですか？
ここからまあね、都会に行けばね、長野県はなさそう。
We had German, Mandarin, and Japanese. German, Mandarin, Japanese. It's like in Australia, it sounds like they have Mandarin and Japanese. Those are the two. And then a random European language thrown in, depending on like what one of the teachers is able to speak or something is what it sounds like. Just entirely based on two anecdotes, just Dashiell's school and Bada's school. But it sounds like Mandarin is a dialect of Chinese, the most common dialect, I believe. So there's Mandarin and what is the other? Cantonese? Is it? I think is the other one. So, but the most common dialect of Chinese is Mandarin. So in Australia, Dashiell and Bara Blakely, they could choose Japanese or Mandarin. And Dashiell also had the choice of Italian, and Bara had German. And could only drop a language after our second year in high school. After year 8. Interesting. Which one did you go with, Bara? Did you go with Japanese, or did you pick another one? All right, sim racing.
スコットランド人において率直さを誇りに思っている。素晴らしいですね。
So something I'm proud of, or I think is great about Scottish people, is their sort of frankness. いいね. Scottish people are pretty frank. I liked that in Scotland. I like frankness. That is not a thing you'll find in Japan. I did like that in Scotland. I want to go back there someday.
フランクネスのことか。
Frankness or
なんかもうちょっとストレート。
openness or directness when they're speaking and stuff. ね。But frankness is the same idea, I think.
私フランクって言葉多分勘違いしてるわ。
There's a couple ways to use it.
あ、そうなんだ。
はい、ダシエル。
オーストラリアにおける誇らしいことはベジマイトです。
But we already knew that. Good sentence. All right, so Dashiell, the thing he's most proud of or thinks is most wonderful about Australia is Vegemite. That Vegemite. I went with Mandarin. I was never good at it, though. Fair enough. It's a good one to learn, man. I think everyone's going to want to learn a little Mandarin one of these days. Mandarin. Chinese. Mandarin Chinese. さっき言ったんじゃないですか、3回ぐらい。We have the HSC here in Australia, high school certificate, and the highest level of Japanese extension scales just as well as chemistry or physics, so obviously I'm doing extension. Nice. All right. Frank opener, straight to the point. Always good. All right. So our next one for this section, oh my god, everything is going crazy over here. We have...
はい。あなたはイベントの主催者です。〇〇かっこ場所において〇〇かっこイベントを行いますと招待状を出しましょう。
Okay, we got some big words here. I don't know if you know them yet. We have あなたはイベントの主催者です。So, 主催者 is an event planner. 主催者 right? That's an event planner. So, you're going to be giving out a 招待状, which is an invitation. 招待状 to an event. And the sentence you're going to use to make that invitation is at a place, 場所において. So you can think of this as で. So utilizing this place or at this place. 〇〇, the next one is the event name or the type of event. を行います. So this event will happen at this place. For example.
はい。ポッポ公園において紙芝居会を行います。
Right, so poppo is a word for pigeon. So poppo koen is pigeon park. So there's a little park in the middle of Nagano City, and it's referred to as poppo koen because there's statues of pigeons all over the place. But anyway, poppo koenにおいて, so at poppo koen, at Pigeon Park, 紙芝居会を行います. So 紙芝居 is it's quite Japanese actually. So it's basically a picture book, but instead of a book, there's single sheets of like cardboard and the picture's on the front and it's just a picture. There's no words. The picture's happening on the front and on the back are all the words. So the teacher holds up the picture and reads the words on the back. So like there's no words covering up the picture and then they switch the card to, they move the card to the back and then read the next, or they pull the next card up and they read that one to the kids, right? So that's called kamishibai. So kamishibai kai is basically a picture book reading event, I guess, right? So this picture book reading event is happening at Poppo Coin. Next one is?
はい。緑内のオープンスペースにおいて絵を展示します。
So in the open space in Midori, which is the name of another building in Nagano, so there, at that place, において絵を展示します. So we're going to display pictures, drawings. So 絵を展示します. So make up an event and a place. You don't have to make them up. You could make real ones if you want. And write us a little 招待状, a little invitation using this format. Place において event を行います. Pretty straight to the pretty easy, I think. All right. Nice.
本当イージーだった？
いいんじゃない？もう形全部あるじゃん。
まあね。
いいと思います。
紙芝居って日本だけですか？
紙芝居はね、見たことないと思う。紙芝居、日本に来るまで。
マジ？
Very, very Japanese, I think. So these are kamishibai, right? It's just a picture book is what it looks like, right? But it's not. So it's this is a good example of it, right? The person's pulling the picture, so it's like one page at a time, and you pull it out and put it in the back. So like they can only see the picture. The words are all in the back of the page. Let's see if we can find an example of like the front and back. Probably not, to be honest. Because nobody here would think that like kamishibai itself is odd. So I don't think anyone would think to show an example of the front and the back. Because everyone knows what it is. Like in my kindergarten where I used to work, I was a homeroom teacher there. We literally had like a room full of these. There was like 150 kamishibai just lined up on a shelf. They're huge. They're like this big. Just tons of them. Tons of them. Yeah, I can't find any picture with an example of the front and back, but they're very traditional, I think, in Japan. I'm not sure if they have them anywhere else. I feel like if you popped in the dictionary, it would be like a Japanese storybook or something for kids. Kamishibai. Let's see. Kamishibai can be known as kamishibai, or form of Japanese street theater and storyteller, popular from the 1930s to the 1950s. That's probably where it started, type of street theater. And now it's mostly just for, kindergarten kids.
そうだったんだ。
All right.
全国区だと思ってました。
Cute. I think it's great that there are many different tastes of beer in Germany. Okay, sweet.
はい、
So let's see.
全品。ドイツにおける誇らしいことは、ビールの味がたくさんあります。
So. The only thing you need to do there is add a word, and that is たくさん, and then you're fine. So lots of flavors. たくさんあります。So ドイツにおける誇らしいことはビールの味がたくさんあります。So just throw that たくさん in there, and you're perfect. Lots of different flavors of beer in Germany. That is a great thing. And I also love that how many different types of bread there are in Germany. Bread and beer. Very related.
ブレ
パン。
あ、ブレッドね。
はい、ダシエル。
はい。もうビールの種類かと思ったから、
違います。
はい、ダシエル。来年 ICC シドニーにおいてスマッシュ会を行いますね。いいね。いいね。
I have no idea what ICC is, but I imagine it's a big building or something. So 来年 ICC シドニーにおいて、So at the ICC Sydney, Smash 会を行います。So I'm assuming a Smash Brothers event will be happening. Nice.
それは来年のいつになりそうですか？
出たいの？
ダメだ、それまでにね、練習しないとマジたくさん。もうね、これからプラクティスに出る時間ないぐらい練習しないと。
Smash Brothers is fun, but I'm really bad at it. Like I'm really bad.
難しいんだよ。
I'm so bad at it. Like I'm not bad at games. I'm not particularly like amazing, but I'm not bad. But I'm bad at Smash Brothers.
それ私はバッドだよ。
No, you're not. You're not bad. You're not that bad. You're the same or a little bit better than me, I feel like. But I enjoy playing Smash Brothers with her brother-in-law, who's really good at it.
そう。
International Criminal Court, International Cricket Council.
何？
Could be either one. Who knows?
Smash is actually an anime convention.
Oh,
Anime
okay,
convention
Smash
だった。
with the exclamation point is an anime convention.
そうな
Okay,
んだ。
but there's also gaming and Japanese related culture. Gotcha. I mean, Smash Brothers is a Japanese game, so maybe they'll be playing it there.
インターナショナルチェンバーオブコマース。
Oh, that could be it. That could be it.
あ、そう、本
It
当
could
に。
be that. It could actually be that.
おー。
Gotcha. Okay, so it's not Smash Brothers. So we went off on a
クリケットカウン
separate
シル
tangent.
受けるし。
I'm pretty sure it's not that one. And I'm pretty sure it's not the International Criminal Court.
そこでさ、スマッシュあるの大変だね。
That's not the smash.
それファン
The
は
smash
ね。
party I want to go to. That's for sure.
おー。
Alright.
いっぱい ICC があるってことシドニーには。
違う。ICC はどういう意味かね。
そう、わかんないからね。
いろんな意味がありすぎてさ。International Cricket Council is one. See, it's a real thing.
本当
So
だ。
it could literally be that. But it's not, I don't think.
これスタディアムでしょ
ICC
これこのさ。
Sydney, if we put that in, it's a convention center. It's literally just the name of the convention center is ICC.
へー。
It's probably owned by like the International Cricket Council or something. That would be funny.
どっかに
All it has anywhere is ICC. It doesn't actually say what ICC stands for anywhere on the website. That's funny. Okay. So we don't know.
へー。それはオーストラリア。みんな間違えちゃうかもしれない。
The International Cricket Council. Sydney.
そうなんだ。あれみたいなとこだよね。東京ビッグサイトみたいなとこだよね、きっと。面白そう。
Oh, yeah.
something
International
convention.
Convention Center, maybe. Could be.
ああ、そうだね、きっと。
Something Convention Center. Yeah,
おー。
probably. Nice.
あね、
はい
ほらまたこの違いは一体何？私はわからない。このさ ER がさね、このセンター
It's
センター
excuse me. RE is British English. ER is American English. And I guess Australian English? They're the same word.
まあ
They're just spelled differently based on the country and the person where the person comes from.
どこで違ってし
Both are
まったんだ。どこからひっくり
Couple
返ったんだ
hundred years ago, we split off, and then we just didn't like the British, so we said, "Well, your spellings, we're gonna change it to ER because that makes more sense." It does. Nobody says centre. We say center, not centre.
マジ
I'm just kidding.
センチュレーじゃ
I'm
ない
messing with you, Nicole. I'm not. I'm joking, of course. Anyway, oh no, I was wrong. It should be center. Ah.
あ
Yeah, I'm pretty sure only the Americans spell it
あ、
center.
裏切ってきたここでここで
Oh no.
おー。
Hey, all right. So I don't know if anyone else is going to answer this one. If you are, that's perfectly fine. Keep it going. Center is location, description, like left, right, up, down. Center is a place.
へー。
I'm Australian and I've always said center. Interesting.
へー。
I don't think we distinguish between those two spellings for a place. Well, I could be wrong about that. I don't know. I'm not an English major, that's for sure. So who knows? Anyway, if anyone else wants to answer this question, please go ahead and do so. We are going to move on to the next one, which is truly, exactly, and literally, at least in American English, literally, with masani. Masani, it just means that, truly or exactly. For example, we have...
はい。こんなに綺麗な景色はまさに夢のようだ。
A view as beautiful as this is truly like a dream. Masani yume no you da. We could go with one other meaning of masani. We have one that's more common in conversation, I guess, is this
は
one.
い。アメリカですね。
I'll go ahead and be B. Yuki can be A.
はい。テスラのニュースを見るたびに技術の発達がすごいと感じます。
Masani sono tori da to omoimasu. So whenever I see news about Tesla, I feel like the developments in technology are amazing. And B said, I think that's exactly right. So our first question time for this one was, Anata ni totte. So, お願いします。
はい。あなたにとって〇〇ポテンシャルバーブスなんてまさに夢のようだということを教えてください。
すいません。So, for you, what is something that you feel like would be like, truly like a dream? So please tell us something you feel like would be truly like a dream. For example.
はい。キアヌ・リーブスに会えるなんてまさに夢のようです。
That nante is adding sort of emotion to it, is something like meeting Keanu Reeves. It can also mean that, but it can also just be adding the sort of emotional feel to, or that, stressor to whatever you're saying. And it also means something like. So something like meeting Keanu Reeves would truly be like a dream. Next one is?
はい。 ゲームの世界に入れるなんてまさに夢のようです。
Something like being able to go into a game world would truly be like a dream. So for you, what do you feel like would truly be like a dream? I'm Australian. My life is a lie. American English doesn't make a distinction. No, your life isn't a lie, Dashiell. You're just American. And most people don't wither. I hope they don't wither, but they don't either. No. Most people don't think about it, I don't think.
そうなんだ。
I definitely don't.
センチュレじゃない？
I feel like in...
そこでつまずいてるの私だけ？
Does any... in... Yeah. So I feel like in England there's no distinction there necessarily. I think it's just spelled S-C-E-N-T-R-E, but most of the time. But I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong about that. Being a ignorant American that I am.
あら。
はら。じゃあ俺の場合は時間が有り余るなんてまさに夢のようです。
あ
To have something like extra free time would be like a dream. But while we were on this note, it's spelled color with a U.
ほらほらまた出ましたこの。
What a waste of a U. Absolutely
こ
unnecessary.
れさね、ニュージーランドの時ほんと困ったんだよ。
そうだよね。
このさ、あら私
Why waste a perfectly good U where it's unnecessary, Bada?
あれこれ習ったやつとあれ違かったっけのこのね。
I got used to it when I was living in New Zealand, but seriously, total waste of a U. Color, not color.
カロア？
Hey, anyway, Dashiell says.
はい、日本に行けポテンシャルバーブなんですよ。
It could just be a.
はい。
そう。
日本に行けるなんてまさに夢のようです。
Probably just a couple misspells there. Anyway, yeah, you want to do the potential form. So we have to have the potential form, I believe, before. Well, you don't for this exercise at least before なんて. So 行けるなんて、行けるなんて、まさに夢のようですね。まさに。Alright, so being able to do something like go to Japan would truly be like a dream. ね。
やばこれ私が間違えちゃったのかな。このポテンシャルバーブスだとさ、意味違う？ポテンシャルフォームだよね、本当は。
It's fine.
あ、そう？
大丈夫だと思います。
はい。
Potential verbs, potential form. When you turn it into the potential form, it's a new potential verb, so it's fine.
あ、
I think.
はい。みんなつまずかずにやってくれ。
Alright, we'll give you a couple more minutes to do this one, and then we will jump over to the next
私
one.
を苦しめたんだから、私がつまずいて。
作るには
違う、カラーだよ。カラーの時になぜかパソコンでポチポチポチポ
color ね。
チってする
Still in
と、
color. Okay.
てって赤いやつが出てるってなって、あれこれスペル違う？これスペル違かったっけ？で、なぜかこの U を入れると治るやつ。
Same thing happens because my computer is set to American English. Or no, it's not maybe. Oh no, it is. So like I got used to in New Zealand spelling things like specialize maybe? Specialize. Yeah, things like that with an S instead of with a Z. Because in America we'll spell certain words. I can't remember specialize is one of them. There might be some other words that are a better example. But anyway, certain words that in American English we'd use a Z at the end for like eyes. In New Zealand and English, British English, it's ISE. So I got used to doing that in living in New Zealand. But now my computer always tells me it's wrong. I have to change it to Z. So it's reminding me to be an American.
だからどっちかわかんなくならない？なんかそれ。
まあね、どっちでもいい。いや、でもわかると思うよ。わかるよ、間違えちゃうとき。ああ、それは Z か、今度は。
この国だと？
この設定だとね。
None
said. Once again, a perfectly good E and D going to waste there. You can just and a whole like half a second that you could use for other things. All you have to say is instead of hold on. See how fast that was? Zed. See how long that took? Oh my god. You know how hard that is for, kids to remember? For little kids, you can just say, z, z. Instead, you have to teach them to say Z.
でもね、これはマジね、助かるの。これ。
どれ
Z が言えないから、ね、
Z の方が言えるの？
そう、Z の方が言えんだよ。
Z の方が言えるんだ。
うん、Z の方が言える。
そうなんだ。
だから助かる。これはありがとうございます。
That's new to me. I didn't realize that Z was easier for...
Z はね、かなり練習したもんだって。
Z
って言えない。そう、Z は Z って言え
そう、Z。さらに長くなるんじゃないですか。Z は Z。Z. What has society become, Tashio? Oh, how the mighty have fallen. No. The mighty have risen because they saved so much time saying Z instead of Z. So that's how they became so strong, right? That's what happened in America. That's the secret history of the American superpower. We save literally millions of hours every year by saying Z instead of Z. Of course I'm making this up. This is
だ
not
から
true.
さ、イーロン・マスクさんもさ、ロケットの打ち上げ成功したの？
Of course.
Z って言えてるから。
Come to Japan, Dan is falling asleep. This conversation has bored him to death. These in chat.
みんな
or
ね、
Z.
これみんな
Whichever you prefer. See, that's a Z. That's a Z. Lumpy has an answer. We have とにかく。
とにかく映画館に行けるなんてまさにお菓子を食べれて夢のよう。
Okay. So to make it even longer, to make it a nice long sentence, we'll need an extra te form there. And you want to make sure that the potential form is complete there. So 映画館に行けるなんて。で、save your まさに。Actually, what we'll do is 行けて、お菓子を食べられるなんて。
はい。
まさに夢のようだ。There you go. So you want to complete that whole thought and keep the connections going, right? So 行けて、映画館に行けて、お菓子を食べられるなんて。So the final verb, right, will be your なんて, where you'll put なんて. So and that you'll turn into the final full potential form, right? So 食べられるなんて、まさに夢のようだ. Otherwise, good. All right, let's move on to the...
厳しいですね。
厳しいかなそのためですよね。
厳しいな。
I have the volume of the stream lower and just heard Z like over and over. Had to see what was going on. LOL. Nice. Come to Japan is working hard cutting up the new format for the website. So appreciate that. Come to Japan, Dan. All right. The final question time for tonight is 〇〇。
〇〇はまさに adjectives です。と何かを褒めてください。
So please praise something or someone. So that something or someone is going to go here in the first marus. Wa, masani. So they're truly an adjective this. So a nice adjective. What is something that they are? So for example, we have...
はい。私の犬はまさに可愛い転がる毛玉です。
So it's a little bit, you could make it simpler if you want. So my dog, watashi no inu wa, that's the topic, emphasizing what comes next. We have masani kawaii desu would be fine. They're truly or extremely cute. That would be fine. But we made it a little bit more, Yuki made it a little bit more complicated for you. Masani kawaii korogaru. Korogaru means to roll around. Korogaru kedama desu. So it's a truly or extremely cute ball of fur that rolls around. Rolling around ball of fur. Desu. Korogaru kedama desu. So, of course, you can make it simpler than that, or you can go as complicated as you want. Next one is...
はい。ゼルダのゲームの世界はまさに綺麗で行ってみたいです。
All right, so Yuki said, the game world of Zelda is truly beautiful. And, so that de, and 行ってみたいです. I want to try and go. Says Yuki. Nice. And I agree. I agree with that one.
まあ、そのでで終わりでもう OK です。
そうだね. You could finish at the day as well. Absolutely. You know what's even more of a dream? Getting food at a movie that's actually cheap without making you go broke. Word! How much does it cost to go to the movies in Australia? Because in Japan, it's 1,900 yen, which in Australian dollars, let's see. 1,900 yen to AUD. 23 Australian dollars to go to a movie. And then the food is, of course, probably just as expensive. So to go to a movie and buy something to eat and a drink would probably cost you $35 or something per person. In Japan? How much is it in Australia? I imagine it's probably actually kind of similar, but praise the sun. True. Sounds about right. Okay. Yeah. Back home in the States, it's like $6 for a movie ticket.
信じられないよ
Even at
ね、
like
そこ。
that, maybe that's a matinee. Like at high time, maybe $9 to $10. And then like a popcorn's expensive, maybe $4 or $5. But you could get full everything for under $20, I feel like, at nighttime. Andy-san, 大丈夫? Andreas, thanks for stopping by. I'm okay. I was pretty sick for a couple days, but the fever's gone. The runny nose is a little bit better. It's just sort of in my chest now, a little bit. But otherwise, I'm okay.
おー。
A ticket is $12 Australian at my local cinema, says Tori Hope. Welcome to the stream, Tori Hope. Thanks for stopping by. 12 AUD to JPY. How much yen would that be? 971 yen. That is reasonable. I would go to movies way more if that's what they cost here. Because I like going to the movies, but it's hard to like justify spending literally the cost of buying the DVD more, honestly. More expensive than a DVD just to go see it in the theaters. And you could have it forever then. Of course, now we have Netflix, so I already pay less than that a month to watch every single show on the planet practically. Not everyone, but like hundreds of different shows and movies for $13 a month. But I paid $20 to go to a movie. It's hard to justify. The food here is insanely expensive, but the tickets here are around 20 AUD. Okay, so similar. I saw the new Spider-Man movie yesterday. My ticket was $18. Okay, same deal. AUD. All right, glad to hear. I hope you'll get over it. Lots of tea and rest. Yes. Although I'm going back to work tomorrow, so. But just in the morning for a little bit. Spider-Man just right now costs 18 to 20 euros in the cinema. I looked it up. Woo! Euros. Wow. 18 euros. That's 2,300 Japanese yen. That's even more. Wow. We went to see Dune with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago, and that was $19 each, I think. I used to have a member's card, and that dropped it down to like $16 or $17 each. I need to get one of those again.
それさ、あれじゃないのなんか500円ぐらいかかるやつじゃない
そのカード
メンバーシップに、
そうかもしれないんだけど、2回行っただけで帰ってくる感じだったね。で、全員の分はその値段になる。自分で買えば。そうじゃないかもしれないね。覚えてないけど。
高いね。
Movies are very expensive.
映画館に行けるなんてまさに夢です。
夢です。Romanian cinema tickets go for around 6 USD, popcorn is around 4 USD. See, that's very reasonable. Although I don't know what the average salary is, so maybe it's around the same when you think about value that way, but still, I feel like actually going to the movies in America should be like $8. That seems reasonable. And then popcorn, all right, $4, okay. I guess I'll pay that. But yeah, $6 for a ticket and 4 USD for the popcorn. That's $10. Go see a movie. Okay, cool. That's reasonable.
いいね。
Spider-Man didn't premiere in my country though. I didn't even know there was a new Spider-Man. I don't keep up with pop culture very well. At least far like American English pop culture very much. Just to check, Masani isn't really using conversation, is it?
そう、あんまりね。
Not so much.
なぜか私言いたいです。今の日本の現代語はマジがあるから。
そうだね。Yeah, instead we use maji. Maji is much more common. I do hear it though on like TV and stuff, so you'll hear it a lot. But like day-to-day conversation, you probably won't say it too much, except for the apparently this まさにその通りだ. That phrase apparently is a little bit more common in conversation. まさにその通りです. is maybe a little more common, but
あ
yeah.
とやっぱりフォーマルだよね。
But yeah, it's kind of
フォーマル
formal.
うんでもビジネスかなんかパブリックじゃないともう使わない。
So when I hear it on TV, it's like it's announcers
うん
and or like people talking on like a talk show
うん
in Japan. That's what you'll hear it a lot in those kind of situations. But yeah, I can't say that I've heard it a whole lot in day-to-day conversation, like between friends and stuff.
そう、
うん
もう本当と一緒だから
うん
ね、本当はマジと一緒だから
Yeah, Maji's a little bit more.
そういやマジですもうマジですだよこれ〇〇はマジですもう
Alright.
マジでかいとか
そうだね。
マジ高い。
マジ夢のようです。
うん
マジ
マジ高い。
夢のようだ。Maji is a very useful and helpful and
うん
common, very common word. Not formal. Andrea
そう
says, it's a bit pricey compared to the average income, but it's cheaper than the UK, so I'm kind of making the most of it. Fair enough. Make the most of it while you can. Alfred Molina, who was Doc in the second Spider-Man title, is doing his character in it. He is a phenomenal actor. Oh, nice. All right. Have to check it out maybe. I like the first few Spider-Man back in the day. I didn't see after Spider-Man 2 or 3. Maybe after 2. Maybe I only saw the first 2. I can't remember. Last semester, my Japanese teacher showed our class your self-study Genki video. That is how I know your channel. Wow, cool.
ありがとうございます。
That's neat. If your teacher's watching, hello to Nicole's teacher, and thanks for sharing.
本当だね。あ、どうもありがとうございま
That's
す。
random. I should contact schools and see if they want like some of the website stuff because it could be useful for a lot of teachers, I feel like.
そうだね。
Anyway, sometimes got words going around my head and I don't know what they mean. Sonotori is one of them. Now I know where it came from. Does someone else has that problem? Yeah, for sure. If you do a lot of like immersion stuff, you'll hear a lot of listening and stuff. You'll have a lot of words going around. You're not exactly sure how to use them or where they go, but you just know they exist. Yeah. Sonotori means that exactly that. That is exactly how you put it. That's exactly right, or something like that. Sonotori. That is exactly right. I've heard ore used by girls more than I have masani used by anyone in conversation. Fair enough. Yeah. To be fair, right? Most of the stuff in Quartet 2, that's going to be the situation. Like from my experience, 90% of the grammar points presented in Quartet 2 are to help you get through complicated reading material more than conversation.
そうだね。
Quartet 1 had a lot more conversational stuff, but even Quartet 1 was starting to bleed into the more formal reading material. But Quartet 2, this is pushing you into understanding like newspaper stuff. Like all of the articles in Quartet 2, except for one out of 12 articles, I guess, are directly from newspapers. They're unaltered newspaper, magazine articles and stuff like that. So they're unaltered, like real things from real newspapers and things like that. So the goal of this book is going to be more getting people more used to that. So it's kind of hard to make like example sentences conversational because it's not conversational. It's not conversational Japanese. It's formal Japanese. It's written Japanese. So I think the examples are going to get a lot more formal. It's kind of weird, like the style that we teach in, this kind of content, this kind of grammar points. I don't know how well it fits. So we're still struggling with that a little bit, but hopefully it's useful for some of you guys. こんにちは、みんな元気ですよ。Tamara, thanks for stopping by.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ね。
Unfortunately, right as you stopped by,
あら
we had to bring this up. It's already the end.
あら
Thumbs up を攻撃してください. Please smash the thumbs up button and channel 登録お願いします. If you've come this far and you haven't subscribed yet, we're both going to be really sad.
あららら
Sad face.
ら悲しいことに
ね。もう
プ
終わっ
ラクティ
てしまった。
スが終わってしまい
ね、that
そう
was
です。
fast, right? Make sure you hit the bell as well. It's very important. So you know when we go live next time. We really appreciate that. But anyway, we can still hang out for a little bit longer and leave up this right here in case anyone still wants to answer. No worries, Tamara, it happens. When we started today, the only people here were actually, I think it was, there was 3 people in the beginning. Red Splits Live, Lumpi, and Vishino, I think. We're the only 3 people here for like the first 20 minutes. So I think a lot of people forgot tonight. Nothing wrong with that. It's the holidays. People are off for New Year's already and stuff. So I think people are sort of out enjoying themselves. So no worries about that. Oh, is that what I think it is coming to Japan? But anyway, thank you so much, guys. Yeah.
田村さんさ、素晴らしすぎるんだけど、日本語を勉強しててく
あ、
れる。
日本語勉強してた。いいですね。でも、that's a wonderful excuse. It's like literally the best possible excuse. Why did you miss class? I was studying for the class.
Okay.
My foot got stuck on a cord. Is there a schedule for lives? Yes. Every single Sunday at 9 p.m. Japan time. 9 p.m. Japan time. There's a live stream every single time. We're covering Quartet 2 now, which is very advanced stuff, or upper intermediate material. But still happy to hang out with anyone. Yeah, lots of people here actually are not on Quartet 2 yet. Lots of people are still on Genki, but just hanging out and trying their best to get stuff done, and they're learning a lot. So, yeah, awesome. Nice sticker there, Red Splits Live. Thank you so much for becoming a member today. Appreciate that.
ありがとうございます。ねえ、本当だよ。
I remembered, but I was busy painting a wall. That'll do it.
あれ、この前まではさ、誰がさ、ドアを直したんだっけ？リー・アイベン？
じゃなくて、バイオリンガイだった。バイオリンガイ。Tokyo Ball 360. How's it going? Just hanging out. Hey guys.
Hi. Hello.
Good to see ya.
みんな終わっちゃうんだけど。
I was reviewing ga versus wa. That's a tough one, right? Remember, ga always marks the subject, and it always emphasizes what comes before ga. Wa always marks the topic, never consider it as marking the subject. It does not mark the subject. It only marks the new topic, and it emphasizes what comes after it. What comes after it. That is the main thing to keep in mind. That's it. That's pretty much it, right? If it's wa, whatever comes after, that's what's important. If it's ga, whatever comes before ga is what's important. And also the subject. Hi. Yeah, just hang out now, so far behind, and we're happy to have you, Bada. Thank you so much. I'm generally just here to derail the stream. It's fine. Perfectly fine. Happy to be derailed from time to time. Yo, man. Hello from Tokyo. Hello from Nagano. We have tons of snow up here. I don't think it snowed down in Tokyo, right?
もう新幹線でお越しなさってね。
I was writing my answers down in my book. Hopefully, I will be competent enough next time to say them in chat. All right, definitely. During the actual lesson live streams, which we'll be doing one of next week, we sort of give you a preview of the question so that you can answer when we do the question time. So feel free to try that out next time. Loopy, thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate that. Punch. Is it this way? It's this way. This way. Thank you so much, Lumpy. Appreciate that.
ありがとう。
Oh, I snowboarded in Hakuba 2 years ago. Oh, nice. Okay. We go to Hakuba every once in a while. We usually stay a little bit closer to the city than Hakuba, but we go there every once in a while, snowboarding.
ねえ、でも今年は混んでるかもしれないね。
どうかな？でも外国からは人はまだ来てないでしょう。
その前に白馬のスキー場潰れちゃわないか心配だ。
Yeah. But hopefully we'll get to go snowboarding a little bit this year. We both, I mean, that's how our first date was me teaching her to snowboard.
あ、そうなんだ。
6 years ago.
みんな私たちのプライバシーを。
Oh my god. プライバシーあったっけ私たち。More than happy to do so, Lumpy. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. 犬だと思い。キツネだよね。
柴犬じゃないの？柴犬でしょ。
柴犬。
そうそう。
Probably 柴犬だよね。Appreciate that, Sim. Thank you.
ね、混んでるかもしれないね。
かもしれないね。どうかな？でも、別に混んでもよくない？
マスクしてね。
一応。いや、スノーボードの時誰もマスクしてないでしょ。
私
only when people get on the lifts do they actually put on the mask snowboarding. All right, guys. Well.
Great beer, very likable. Thanks, guys.
ありがとうございます。All right, guys. Well, we will see you next week for lesson 8 part 1.
はい、
I hope you
難しい
have
よ。
a wonderful week. We're going to be making some updates for what's coming in 2022. Lots of things are going to be changing here on ToKiniAndy.com and the website. Lots changing on the website. Hopefully for the much better.
ね、頑張らないと。
So, yeah, we'll see you then. Have a great week, and thank you so much for hanging out. はい。
もうバイバイする？
もうバイバイしちゃおう。もうバイバイしちゃおう。ここが
あ、そう
直って
だね。
ねえしね。
うん、はい、わかった。
Alright.
映画のこと話したかったわ。
英語のことって？
映画のこと。
映画のこと？
うん。
あ、でもその話が終わったって気がしますね。
そっか。
はい。
あー、残念。
Alright, guys. Well, have a great night. We will see you next time. Thank you very much, everyone. And yeah, see you next week. Alright. That's that. バイバーイ。またね。お疲れ様でした。
日本語を喋れるようになりたいのか？
Hold up. We already did this. We already talked about how you can use our Genki 1 and 2 and now Quartet course to improve your Japanese.
じゃあこれは何のため？
We're moving.
また引っ越す？
No, we're transitioning from Patreon to ToKiniAndy.com.
なんで？
Look.
なるほど。新しいやつの方が綺麗だね。
Exactly. It's easier to access, it looks better, it's easier to add new content to old lessons. I'm super excited for it.
私も出てるよ。これからよろしくお願いします。
Come join us on ToKiniAndy.com today and kickstart your Japanese learning experience. You'll have bonus grammar sentence videos, textbook practice videos, listening and shadowing videos, vocabulary videos, tests, and you'll be able to track your progress through fully structured lesson plans. Hope to see you there.
よろしくね。